or with immigration, because you were talking about if he just kept Biden's economy in place. He wasn't going to keep Biden's deportation system in place, but what did he add to it? The deportations that they have added on top of this, or taking visas away from college students, the Garcia mess in El Salvador. This is something I'd add Chris Van Hollen to the list. Democrats have done something in the last week. That's the one surprise the last 100 days is that Democrats really were on their back foot about immigration, did not know how to talk about it, were terrified that it was Trump's secret sauce and it was going and they're going to lose and everything. And he has been so hubristic, listening to Stephen Miller to speak of there were people who have an open door with him, that you've started to see a backlash on his best issue, which wouldn't have been there if they were just deporting. Here's a high-profile criminal. Look at this terrible story of somebody who committed a crime. Look at this drunk driver. Look at this accused murder. They're not doing that. They're going further with a vision of just shrinking the foreign non-citizen population of the country, and they've done it in a way that has allowed Democrats to come back. On a way, a week ago, even if you asked Democrats about El Salvador, they were much more divided.
They arrested a judge today who sent a defendant out a door that was in a non-public area, and they went in and arrested the judge. I think that's something that's probably satisfying to Trump, satisfying to Tom Homan. I would be very surprised if that goes over well in the current environment.
Okay, this is why this is super interesting to me, because a week ago, when we got started with the Maryland man in the prison in El Salvador, suddenly all these Wall Street guys were talking about the story to me, and I'm like, what do they care? None of these people are immigration activists. Right. But what they truly care about is the rule of law, because nobody wants to invest money and do business in a place that's being run mobster style. It's why nobody does business in Russia. And so suddenly this issue, even if Trump just rolled up super tough on the border, which Joe Biden didn't, that would have been a win for him.
Arbitrary expansions of power don't make people comfortable, right? If I don't know what you're going to do week in and week out, I'm not happy with it. Even people who are hostile and don't like people who are undocumented, don't like brown people, whatever, you don't like folks getting yanked off the street. You don't like folks being
by people with masks on and no uniforms.
And I can tell you this because this is where it gets into the lower level, right? The TikTok world, the world of young people and under 30 who don't watch any of this and don't pay attention, you know what they're saying about immigration? They're seeing farmers say, I don't have workers here anymore. They're seeing college kids saying, oh my gosh, my roommate is afraid to write an op-ed, blah, blah, blah. They're picking this up as this is not getting rid of criminals. This is getting rid of my friends. This is getting rid of my neighbors. My pastor is talking about this.
And we're seeing it in Trump's poll numbers with young men who he crushed it with.
Exactly. When Joe Rogan is saying, hey, that's a bad idea.
Right.
Okay. Right. And I always say this. Let's not be crazy. He didn't lose Joe Rogan. Rogan is still going to vote for him. But when people start criticizing the president, him and the guys who run Barstool Sports, he's lost those people because even they think this is crazy. At some point, you're going to see a baseball player get snatched off the field in the middle of a game. And then a lot of people are going to say, oh, my gosh, this is a problem.